Let me ask you something that might be a little bit uncomfortable. If I looked at your real estate business right now, could I clearly see what you did this week that actually created income? Some of you are going to be like, yes, absolutely. Some of you are going to be like, no, you could not. Or would it just look like you have been busy? Like, I know you're busy, but is it actually producing income? Because most agents aren't failing from lack of effort. I think a lot of agents are really trying pretty hard, and some are not, but some are working pretty hard and just not getting the results. They are failing from inconsistent, unstructured activity that never compounds, right? They go to events, they make calls, they stay active, but nothing is actually being built. And the truth is, if your business depends on how you motivate and how you feel each day, you don't have a business. I know I talk about this a ton. You have like a reaction-based job, right? So in today's video, I am going to break down exactly how top agents structure their week, their day, and how they use actually networking events correctly, and how they build relationships that actually turn into predictable income. If you could take 2 seconds, hit subscribe, that would be amazing. Thank you very much. Let's dive in. When it comes to networking and building relationships that actually produce business, this is really, really important. Let's dive into this. Last week, I spoke to my agents about staying consistent when you don't feel like it. We broke it down into 3 really simple areas. First, your morning routine. What time are you waking up? Hopefully it's consistent, right? Second, your call time. We have to be doing outbound calls. Now, for me, I'm extremely intentional for, the last decade of majority of the time, except for 1 day a week, I'm reaching out to my database. That is who I'm reaching out to, my top 10, my top 25, my top 50, my top 100, and on and on and on. But I'm very intentional. So my point is that call time, there should be a time, as well as really, really intentional on what you're actually doing and not letting distractions take over, right? So many times, oh, we need to do a closing, we need to show homes. I'm telling you, closing a lot of transactions in a year after year after year, you can protect your morning. You can actually protect it if you choose to. It's a choice. And third is your schedule. Are your day-to-day, your daily to-dos actually in your calendar, or just living in your head? Hopefully that's not the case, because if it is not scheduled, it doesn't exist. Basically, are you time blocking, right? Is every single thing that you want to accomplish time blocked in your calendar? So that means fitness. That means date night with your spouse. That means date night with your kiddos. That means your call time. That means your lead follow-up. That means, okay, you're implementing your marketing calendar. It means your appointment times. So everything is basically time blocked in your calendar for what you are trying to accomplish in the day. Because if it's not time blocked in there, the odds of it happening are pretty slim. For me, it's 0. If it's not in my calendar, it's not happening. So next, we talked a lot about in my coaching call too, is our weekly accountability tracker. So hopefully you have something that is keeping you accountable, something that you are actually using on a daily, weekly basis that's tracking, right? Not only your daily calls, just everything to do with your business. In addition, are you tracking your finances and really looking at your net worth on a monthly basis? Because what gets measured gets improved. No tracking equals no clarity, right? Let's dive into being a business owner who actually wants to grow. So what is one of the number one, let's say, gauges to determine if you are in a growth stage? The answer to that is, there's probably a few answers, but are you actually uncomfortable right now in your business? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Because most agents don't fail from lack of opportunity. They fail from staying too comfortable, right? In the wrong habits. And I use this simple rule, and I've used it for, probably 20 years now. If everything feels easy and comfortable, or even just comfortable, let's just use comfortable, I'm not growing. That is my trigger. That is my number one signal that is easy to read. If I am comfortable, I need to focus on growth and get uncomfortable. This is, for me, along with my plan, my very detailed plan, has been what has kept me off of that income roller coaster in real estate. I have not been on that ride. It is creating consistent income for really 20 years, and for the last 10 years with some pretty awesome income for a decade plus. Growth should stretch you a little bit. It should make you uncomfortable, not break you, but it definitely should challenge you. If you are watching my videos, you know when my business blew up and got very consistent is because I shifted to a relationship-based business. So being involved in the community, deepening my current relationships and building new relationships has been key, 100% key to my success. So let's talk about something that can completely change your business. Events. Who here is attending networking events? Are you attending any type of network event? And I 1000% agree it needs to be the right ones. And more importantly, do you feel like you are working those groups efficiently and effectively? There is a massive, massive difference between going to an event and showing up and making the event successful, right? You know people that attend events that are rock stars, and you know people that attend events week after week after week and have no production, right? There's a difference. So there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. So, of course, wasting your time. And I am all about being very, very efficient with every moment of my time, every minute, every hour. It needs to be efficient. So let's break it down before the event. So if you have dialed down an event that you want to go to, so for example, if I am a real estate agent and I'm going after some high value accounts and I want to connect with builders, what is an event that I could go to that would be good for builders? Like your builder association, right? There's events. Or if it's something different that you want to tap into, my point is being intentional on the event. So you pick the event. Before the event, sit down and make a goal to meet 3 to 5 quality people. Not everyone in the room, right? Not 30 business cards, not random conversations that are just super surface. 3 to 5 intentional connections. Do a little bit of research before you go. Who's attending? Are you able to see that? Who are the key people you want to connect with? Be intentional. Everything you do, be intentional, and everything will change. Who would actually move your business forward? And who can you actually help, right? Like in the real estate industry, we can make big moves. Like we can help a lot of people. Who do you feel you can actually help as well? So go in with intention, not just hope, not just like no intention, just to meet a few people. During the event, authentically work the room. 1, lead with curiosity. Write these down. Not if you're driving, but write this down. Lead with curiosity. Stop trying to impress people. Start understanding them. This is just in life, right? We all know like the people, if you go to a barbecue, this is for life. If you go there and you are just talking about yourself all the time, I'm sorry, but people are not going to connect with you. They're just not, because people want to talk about themselves. So lead with curiosity. Stop trying to impress people. Start understanding them. Make it about them. So we've all heard like be interested, not interesting. Live by that. Remember, everyone loves to talk about themselves. So let them. Ask what brought you to this event. What kind of projects are you working on right now? Like what's the biggest challenge you're facing in your business right now? People do not remember your pitch. They remember how you made them feel. Number 2, have a conversation like an elevator pitch, let's say, when someone asks about you, but keep it simple, keep it real, be authentic. Like, for example, I guide people through their real estate journey, whether they're buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Like, you don't need big buzzwords. Like, keep it simple, not complicated scripts. Talk like a normal human. It's really interesting in sales. Everything about sales is trying to teach us to be just like how we would be normally. It's just so overcomplicated. Really, if you think about it, like repeating and approving and mirroring and mimicking, like all of these things are truly just teaching you to be normal in an uncomfortable situation. If you're at a barbecue with your friends and you are like mirror and matching them or repeating and approve, like, gosh, they're going to Hawaii. Oh my goodness, you're going to Hawaii. I love Hawaii. Like that's a repeating and approving. Like sales skills are really just teaching you to be normal. So be normal. Next, number 3 is be helpful and be the connector. If you can add value, do it immediately. That might mean a connection, a resource, an introduction. So your goal is not to extract. Your goal is to contribute. And if you live like that, things will change for you. 4, be present in the conversation. This is where most people fail. Again, I know I already said this, but be interested, not interesting. I am guilty of this. I think everyone in the world is guilty of this. Thinking about what I'm going to say next instead of actually listening. Because we're all smart enough to know what to say next. But can we pause and actually really listen to what they're saying? Let them finish their sentence before we interrupt. Like really just be present in that conversation and be interested in what they're saying. So focus on them. And it's when it's time to exit, great chatting with you. I'm going to go mingle a bit. Let's connect. Do you have a card? I personally like to be the one that gets cards versus giving mine out. That doesn't mean you can't give cards out, but I like to get cards because then I can be proactive on my end in reaching out to them. So again, simple, clean, respectful. So let's say like looking at after the event, because we want to be intentional where we spend our time. We want systems for everything. So our like follow up authentically. So the follow up system, what does that look like? 1, connect with them within 48 hours. LinkedIn is a good one, email and text, and make it personal. Great talking with you about your podcast idea. Here's that app I mentioned. I'm providing them with value, right? Specifically build trust. 2, add value, don't pitch. This is where relationships are actually built. And I'm here to tell you, a lot of people think that, well, gosh, it takes so much time to build relationships. I want business now. Remember, every person you know knows another 300 to 500 people. So we're not looking for that one person to move. We're just looking to stay top of mind and build trust with them and have a relationship with them so that they actually want to refer us when they know of someone looking to buy or sell. It can be immediate business. So again, make introductions. I have someone cleaning my windows, so it is loud right now. But make introductions, invite them to events. Think relationship building, not deal closing. So here's some things like what to avoid. What are some things we need to avoid? Don't dominate conversations. Don't jump into sales mode. Don't hand out business cards with no context. That's not networking. That's noise. And it will be forgotten. For me, I prefer to go to events that cost money because it brings a different crowd. This is not saying you can't be successful in other events. This is just something that I personally focus on. I'm really intentional on the events that I attend. Next, what can we do outside of networking events to build relationships? This, assuming you are already going deeper with your existing relationships and have a very detailed system, not a drip campaign, nurturing those relationships. So again, this is assuming you've got your foundation and you are nurturing them with your calls, your videos, your mailings, your birthday cards, all that good stuff. And again, not just like an email text drip. People know what that looks like. They know what it feels like, and it's not going to connect. Let's talk about next is high value accounts. These are relationships that like produce long-term leverage. Let's say builders, right? They can refer like a lot of leverage to your business, several transactions per year. Builders, attorneys, business owners, B&I groups, networking organizations, charity groups, community leaders. Are you building relationships that compound or just chasing one-off deals? Because there's a huge, huge difference. You don't want more random activity, right? You want repeatable relationships that produce predictable business. And of course, we want to help them as well. In my first several years in real estate, remember, my first 10 years in the business, I was cold. I chased any cold business. I started from zero every single day, and it was exhausting. At that time, I helped the president of a sports team buy a home. Oh my goodness. The transaction was fine. I helped them. At that time, I was focused more on today business, like right now business, than long-term high value account. That transaction could have been life-changing for me. If I received that business today, given what I know today, or even in the last 10 years, that service for those people would have been completely different. And the referrals I would have received would have been life-changing. And that's a lesson, right? That's running your business this way versus this way. They're two different ways. You're going to get two different results. You're going to get one transactions versus 10, 20, 30, 50 over years, right? And that's the lesson. One relationship like that can change your business completely if you actually nurture it properly. So I want to leave you with this. You don't need more activity. You need more intention. I need more intention every single day. So here's your challenge. At every, let's say, event, business event, meeting that you attend this week, don't ask, what can I get? Ask, how can I add value to 3 to 5 people in this room? Because that's the shift alone that will change your business completely. And it can change it right now. When you're reaching out to get higher level accounts, be intentional versus just going after one deal. If you are an agent that wants to learn to build on intentional business and earn more income, book a call with my team today. Let's see if you are a good fit. And of course, hit subscribe for my next video on high value account lead gen.